Our next segment is sponsored by HI Military Guide, your best connection for businesses and advertisers who want to reach the military market in Hawaii.
The story goes that a boyfriend and girlfriend are parked out here late one night and it's dark. And after hanging out for a while, maybe doing homework, it was time to go. But when the boyfriend went to start the car wouldn't start. He tried several times, engine wouldn't turn over. Went outside the car, lifted up the hood, nothing wrong. And so he says to the girl, "You stay here and I'll be back." And the girl waits in the car for the rest of the night and begins to hear a scratching sound on the roof of the car and something that sounds like it's tapping. Tap, tap. This goes on for most of the night until the girl falls asleep. When she wakes up, the police are outside the car. And they bring her out of the car and try to sort of cushion her or comfort her this way. But she keeps asking, "Where's my boyfriend? Where's my boyfriend?" When she finally turns around and looks at the car she just came out of, she sees him. His feet tied to the branch of the tree that was above the car, his body upside down, slowly swinging back and forth. The sound of the scratching, his fingernails scratching up against the roof of the car as the body slowly swinging back and forth. And the tapping sound, his blood dripping from his throat that was slit from ear to ear. That happens to be an urban legend. There's no factual basis to it. In fact, there's a story like that in every state of the Union. In 1948, March 10th, James Major and John Palakiko escaped from a work crew in prison. Somehow they make their way up here, and they hide near Therese Wilder's estate. On March 11th, they're going to rob the neighbor, but they happen to smell something that Therese Wilder is cooking, and they like the smell so much they decide to break into her house and rob her. They tie her to a chair, gag her, and they choke her to death. She suffers with a broken jaw. The two of them are arrested. And that's the factual story, because in 1920, James Morgan built the estate that's just right above us here. And so that's how this place becomes Morgan's Corner, because it's the Morgan estate built on the hairpin turn or the corner. So if you've heard that there's a Morgan's Corner 1, 2, or 3, there's only this one. There's no other. Do ghosts haunt this place? Of course, because kids who race their cars late at night up here on this hairpin turn lose their lives because of the car accidents they get into. And so, do the ghosts of those kids haunt this place? Well, some people say that ghosts only haunt the places where they died. Hospice, hospitals, war, and car accidents. Could that be the addition of all the spirits that already haunt this place, called Morgan's Corner? So, for this location, when I brought tours here, and I've actually had to stop because we want to, not bother these people who live in this place. But I've stood here with groups of people talking about the Morgan's Corner stories, and we have heard cars coming up the road behind us, coming toward us this way up this corner, and nothing appears. No cars. But the sound continues as if the cars just passed right by us. We've had experiences about a week ago where I'm explaining something about shadows and what they mean and what they are. And there's a couple standing to my right, and they start to hold on to each other and slowly start to back up. They told me they witnessed a shadow coming from the grave and standing right beside me. I've heard my name called on these tours. I've accidentally brought these tours to places where night marchers are coming down the road and we all had to run back to the bus. You name it, it's happened. Lately, on particular tours, people become emotionally overwhelmed and they have to be taken back to the bus. And I'm beginning to think there's some places that I should stop going to because the activity has been so frequent. And the energy of that place has magnified itself so much that maybe the place needs a break. If you want to read more ghost stories about Hawaii and its people, go to my fan page, Mysteries of Honolulu. I'm writing 100 ghost stories, counting down toward Halloween. Some of them are fictional, some of them are real. The funny thing about it is the most fantastic stories seem to be the ones that are fictional, but they're not. And the ones that are more simple and very clean probably are the fictional ones, but you got to read for yourself.
You can find more Halloween segments from past episodes on the Career Changers TV website. Just click on the Trick or Treat link.